Wamache. I am the Executive Director at AFCA, which is the African Council for Accreditation and Accountability, an organization that spearheads public trust among Christ-centered institutions in Africa. I am also serving as a deacon in my church, my local church, which is in Kenya, that is known as CITAM. Christ is the Answer Ministries. Now, I want to just share with you a little bit about our church. This is a church that was founded in 1959 by missionaries that came from Canada, Pentecostal assemblies of Canada, who came and set up this, and they sent various missionaries over the years until about slightly over 20 years ago, when we started having our own local pastors coming in as bishops and just leading the organization, and then setting up structures of accountability and ensuring that we've got structures where we have deacons that serve for a term, we have elders that serve for a term and leave. And so these structures of accountability that have been put in place have really assisted in terms of growth and stability of this particular church at CITAM, so much so that members have an annual general meeting at the end of every year, where there is a level of accountability, where then the leadership goes and tells the story about how they have spent the money, how they've utilized the monies that were brought in through tithes and offerings. So the church today does not depend at all on Pentecostal Assemblies of Canada. The church depends on the tithes and offerings of the members, and has grown exponentially to the extent that now we have 33 set up assemblies and 2 mission centers outside of Kenya. And these mission centers are in, we have one in Timor-Leste, and we have another one in Namibia. But we have a fully fledged assembly in Romania and another one in Maryland, USA. The story around Romania is very interesting, that you find that the assembly, the CITAM in Kenya, just recently, when Ukraine had the war between Ukraine and Russia, recently we in Kenya put together money and actually sent the money to Romania to support some Ukrainian refugees. This is really encouraging, because it's a story of now funds moving, funds that came from Canada, from the north, coming to the south to support a Kenyan ministry, but a Kenyan ministry is now moving the funds from the south to the north to support ministry elsewhere. Beyond that, we are now supporting even ministries within Kenya, within Africa itself. We also had in 2022 a request when there was drought in Somalia, a request from some Somali sheikhs that came to meet with my bishop, Callisto Dede, just requesting whether we can support them and help them. And so as a deacon board, we did approve $20,000 to be taken to support those in Somalia. So we are seeing a situation where whatever seed was planted, now the Kenyans and all the other ministries that are within CITAM are actually putting together this money and supporting missions elsewhere and beyond. An encouraging story that we've also heard of just one of our own members coming out and saying they want to support an evangelism truck, and they bought an evangelism truck which we brought in, and this evangelism truck has changed what evangelism is in Kenya. We are seeing the truck going out and many people just being brought to Christ. And so this is just courtesy of the generous giving of the members of Christ is the Answer Ministries. Thank you very much.